What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know this is not my usual setup to intro a video, but I am currently working on my beauty room and it is just looking like a hot mess, which is why I am doing this intro in my room. Also, I am filming this intro after I did the declutter because I forgot to film an intro. But today we are decluttering my makeup collection. It has been long overdue, so I'm really happy we are doing this today. This is part one of multiple parts because my makeup collection has really gotten out of hand and out of control, so we are in desperate need of some declutter. Also, I wanted to mention as a little disclaimer that I buy my makeup myself. I don't really get a lot of PR, which means that the makeup that is in my collection is bought by myself, so I really thought about buying it, you know, so it's not that my makeup collection is full of stuff that I didn't choose myself, which is why I am not getting rid of a ton of makeup, but I do think we did pretty good if you ask me. But I'm not going to spoil the video, so if you want to see how I declutter my makeup collection, then keep on watching. Okay, so starting off with the first drawer, in this one I keep my concealers, brow products, and then also mascaras. This drawer is in definite need of some decluttering, so I thought I would film what I'm getting rid of and what I'm keeping because I personally love watching those videos, so I thought I would show you guys. So here I always keep a box of tissues. Of course, I am keeping that. I always use this when I do my makeup. And then in here I also have my hand sanitizer, which I always use. I also have a few like things in here that I use on an everyday basis, as you can see, so this I'm definitely keeping. In the back I have a few things as well. So I see these hair clips, which honestly I never use, so I think I'm going to get rid of these because there's no point in me keeping them. Alright, so I think I'm going to start off with my concealers because we can definitely get rid of a few. So here on top we have the Max and More True Concealing Palette. This was good, but I never reached for it, so I shouldn't keep it. By the way, I'm only going to throw away the products that are expired. Everything else is going to friends and family. Alright, so what else do we have in here? This is a Catrice concealer, which is way too old, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. I am going to keep my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector because when you have dark under eye circles like I do, this is amazing, so keeping that. Then right here I have an e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer. Again, this is super old. I've had this for a couple of years, I think, so I am going to pass that along. I am going to keep my Tarte Shape Tape. I love mixing this in with a concealer that is more dewy, so I'm going to keep that. Talking about a concealer that is more dewy, this is the Primark PS My Perfect Color Liquid Concealer. So I love mixing it in with the Tarte Shape Tape, so keeping both of those. What else do we have in here? We have the Fenty Beauty Concealer. This is the Instant Retouch Concealer. I am going to keep this. Not the biggest fan, but I do use it on an everyday basis combined with another concealer, so I am also going to keep this. The e.l.f. Wow, there's so much dust on this. The e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer, again super old, so getting rid of that. The NYX HD Photogenic Concealer used to be one of my favorites, but the shade is not my shade, and also it is again really old. Then I have a few of the LA Girl Pro Conceal concealers. I think most of these are expired and not my shade, and I think Porcelain is my shade, so I'm going to get rid of these because they are too dark for me. The Erase Base Benefit, also going to get rid of this one because I do prefer my Becca one. I have 3 of the Essence Camouflage Plus Healthy Glow concealers. I think I'm going to hold on to these. The shades are a bit off. The shade 10 is too light for me. The shade 20 is good, but then the shade 30 is way too dark. But I think I might mix them and make them work because I do really love these concealers. The Sonia Kashuk, what is this? Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette used to be so hyped on YouTube. It used to be one of my favorites, but it is so... Oh, actually it's not that dry. It is a little bit old, but since I don't really have a corrector or anything like that, I am going to keep it because you never know when I might need one. We have the Fake Up by Benefit, again super old. I used to really love this for days when I don't really wear a lot of makeup, but again it has to go. Then we have the Liquid Camouflage Under Eye Primer by Catrice. I haven't really played around with this a lot, so I'm going to try it out a little bit more. And then the last concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I do really love this, even though it's not cruelty free, but I am going to use it up because I do really like it. And that is it for my concealers. Now I'm just going to quickly clean that out and put my concealers back in the drawer. That's already looking a lot better. So then moving on to my brow products right here in the middle. Starting off, I have this one that I bought in Thailand. This is the Cathy Doll. I don't even know what it's called, but it's shimmery and it doesn't match my eyebrows whatsoever. I don't know why I bought it, so I am going to get rid of this. The ColourPop Brow Wash Gel. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that this is one of my favorites, so definitely keeping that. Then we have the Essence Make Me Brow. This is one of my favorites. The shade is a little bit off, but I think they discontinued my shade, so I'm just going to try to use this up and throw it away because honestly I don't think there is much left in here. Oh, actually there is. I think the only pencil that I am going to keep is the ABH Brow Wiz in medium brown, even though I'm not sure if it's still like good to go. It might be all dried out. Well, actually it is still good to go, so I am going to keep this. So then we have two more eyebrow pencils that I am going to get rid of. We have the Max and More eyebrow pencil, which is way too dark and warm for me. And then we have the Paula Dorf Universal Brow Pencil, again, not my shade. This is the Brow Idol Sport Proof Mascara by Catrice. This is really good, but the shade doesn't match me at all. So again, someone else might enjoy that. This is the Catrice Brow Colorist Mascara for your eyebrows. This I really enjoy. I use it almost every day. So definitely keeping that. And then lastly, I have the clear brow gel by ABH. Honestly, oh, there's still a little bit in here. So again, might use this up and then toss it when it is completely gone. Then this I got more recently. This is the medium brown brow powder duo by ABH. I'm definitely keeping that. I use it again almost on a daily basis. This Start one used to be my favorite. If you used to watch my videos back in the day, like 2-3 years ago, this is all I used, but it is so old and so dry that I am going to just get rid of that. Same with this ABH Dip Brow. I never was able to use this correctly, and I have had this I think for over 5 years. It looks disgusting. It is dried out, so again, getting rid of that. Then I have the ColourPop brow colors. Again, if you watched a lot of my videos, you know that I love this. I have two shades. Dope Dope is the one that I use, and then I have Banging Brunette, which is a little bit darker, but I'm going to keep both. You never know when I have to do someone's makeup, then I have two options to choose from. This is one by Primark, not really my favorite. I didn't really like it, and the shade is just a little bit too light, so I'm going to pass that on as well. Then we have the Brow by Benefit. I do really love this, even though it's not cruelty free, so I think I might hold on to this because yeah, I do really enjoy that. And then we have the Essence Hello Autumn eyebrow set. I am going to get rid of that. It's too warm for my eyebrows, so yeah. Alright, so that is the eyebrow drawer done. I am going to clean it out as well and then add everything back in. I have so much room now. I love it. Alright, so then lastly we have my mascaras, which is in definite need of some decluttering. So this Kiko one is super old. I don't like the balm one because it is just a pain to get off. This I don't really love as well. This is a lash primer by Essence. Don't really like that. This is also really old, so that has to go. I can't remember if I love this one by Primark, so I am going to test it out one more time. It just got hidden in the back here because I have too much mascaras. This is one of my favorites, the Extensions Plus by Marcel, but you can get it here in Belgium, and this is, again, completely gone and super old. I think I've had this for 3 years, which is disgusting. Then I have the Catrice Black One Volume Mascara. This wasn't really my favorite mascara, so getting rid of that. And then we have the Super Sizer by CoverGirl, the waterproof one, which again I've had for way too long. This is a new one to my collection, the Iconista by Catrice. This is a waterproof one, but if you watched my Catrice trying video, you know that I freaking loved it, so definitely keeping that. And then these are my two favorite mascaras from CoverGirl, the Plum Crusher and the Super Sizer. But again, I've had these for a while, so what I'm going to do is get rid of these because I do have some backups and open up some backups. Then these are two little samples from Tarte and Stila. I am going to get rid of these because I've had them for a while. Then I have this Catrice Glamming Doll Boost Mascara, which again, I really love. And then lastly, we have the Dare Real by Benefit, which I'm not the biggest fan of, so I am going to pass that one along. So I think we did pretty good with the mascara drawer. These are the only ones we have left, and I might add them in this drawer because now I have an empty one right here which I can use for other stuff. Alright, so this is what we did. I think we did a pretty good job. I'm going to show you guys later on what we got rid of, but this is looking really good. Oh, I still have my hand sanitizer, but that is looking pretty good if you ask me. Alright, moving on to the second drawer. In this one I keep a lot of miscellaneous things, mostly like eyeliners and glitters and eyeshadow primers and stuff like that. I guess we can start with these mini eyeshadow palettes that I have right here in the corner. So this is one by Catrice, which I wasn't really blown away by, so I'm going to say bye-bye to that. Same with this one by In Other Stories. If you watched my video on it, you know that I wasn't really the biggest fan. And then also this one by Catrice. I recently tried out in a video, and again, wasn't really the biggest fan, so maybe someone else might enjoy that. This one by Huda Beauty, I really loved. I also made a video on it, and I do really enjoy that. Same with this Inglot palette that I made years ago. I still really love the shades, so I am going to keep these. But what I'm going to do is add them into my eyeshadow palette drawer, which we will have to tackle in another video. In this little container, I keep my glitters and liquid eyeshadows. I do love some glitters, so this is going to be a little bit hard, but I definitely know that I want to keep my Stila ones. These are one of my favorites, so definitely keeping these. This one by Catrice I didn't really like, so this can go. Same with this Marc Jacobs one. I got this for my birthday from my mom, so it does have a special place in my heart, but I've tried to use this 1,000 ways and it doesn't work. So yeah, that can go. What else? I have the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This used to be so hyped on YouTube as well, but I've had this for so long, and again, I never use it. Then I have one ColourPop Supernova Shadow. I've only used this once, didn't really like it, but I do want to give it another shot. Then moving on to these glitters. This one was really good by Primark, so keeping that. It's a dupe for the Stila ones. And then this is hard. These are my glitters from MAC, I think, which again isn't cruelty free, but I still have them. This one is by Essence, which I think I'm going to put in my nail art kit because I don't really use it on my eyes. I think I'm going to keep all of them because I just love my glitters. Then right here I see some false eyelashes. Honestly, I don't really use false eyelashes that often. If I do, these are my favorites. These are the Iconics by House of Lashes, so I am going to keep these. Then in this little container I keep all of my eye pencils. Again, I can do some serious declutter in this. This can go by Essence. I think I'm going to keep all of my ColourPop ones because I do really enjoy these. I think I have another Honeydew, which is the nude one, coming in. So I might get rid of this because I do have a new one and that is expired. Which ones do I want to keep as well? This Makeup Geek one is really unique, so I think I'm going to keep this one. A black Never Hurts, and this one by Urban Decay is really good. This pink one I'm going to get rid of. This one can go by Physicians Formula because it's really old. This one by e.l.f. can go because I already have a black that I'm keeping. Same with this one from Max & More because again I already have a black. I actually might keep these in the drawer that I had emptied here. So I'm going to put my eyeliners that I'm keeping in here. So we have an empty little container. Alright, what else do we have? This is some eyelash stuff. And here I have some eyeliners. This is a new one by Catrice that I'm keeping. My Kat Von D is really good. And then I have these two by NYX, which are also really unique. So I'm going to keep these but put them in this drawer with the other ones that I'm keeping. I have this NYX Roll-On Shimmer, which I never use, so I'm getting rid of that. And then these are really unique. These are like glitter eyeliners, so I think I'm going to keep these and put them with my glitters. And then in here I have some like powdered eyeliners and then also some cream eyeshadows. I think a lot of these are like dried out. These are pigments by Catrice, which I didn't like. This one by Makeup Geek I'm going to keep. I'm going to put it in here. These are liquid eyeliners, which I don't really need this many. I'm going to keep my Inglot one, get rid of the Max and More one, and then keep this ColourPop Best O one and this one by Essence. A Too Faced glitter. Yeah, I might keep that. These are two ones by Bare Minerals, which I never use, so getting rid of these. And then same for these by Primark and e.l.f. I never ever use these. And I think I'm going to get rid of most of my cream shadows because again, I don't really reach for them and they are just drying out. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of them. Might keep this Recon one because that is still pretty new. I'm going to keep these. Yeah. Alright, I think I did pretty good. What do you guys think? Then I have these like eyelash cases. This one is empty, but I do really love how it looks. And then I think this one, yeah, is also empty. I just got rid of most of them, so yeah, that fits perfectly in there. Alright, so then moving on to this container, which houses my like eyeshadow primers and eyelash glues and stuff like that. So right off the bat, I have a new one by Catty Doll, which I'm just going to take out of the packaging. That already takes up less space, so I am going to keep that since it is new. This duo adhesive, it smells really bad and I just don't like it. I prefer my House of Lashes one, so getting rid of that. And then of course I am going to keep this one by House of Lashes. I do have a few sample sizes in here which are great for traveling. Then I have this Essence eyeshadow primer which I never use and isn't that great. It's too slippery, so I'm also going to get rid of that. My Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, I am definitely going to keep. This is my holy grail. I have two glitter glues right here, which I don't need two, and I do prefer this one by NYX, so I'm going to get rid of the Essence one. Again, someone else might enjoy that. This one by AOA didn't really impress me that much, so I have this one by MAC, which I also want to use up, and then this one by Catrice, again going to use up as well. This is a really good drugstore option. Then in the back we have a few more. This is an old Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Same with this one. This is like a tinted one, which I've had these for way too long. These need to go and I never ever use them. This eyeshadow primer by e.l.f. I've had for I think 5 or 6 years, so I think it's safe to say this has to go as well. And then these two by Too Faced and Milani I am going to keep because these are really good. I'm thinking I might actually add these in here in this container because then it takes up less space because there's so much wasted space in the back. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Again, looking so much cleaner and better. I love it. Alright, moving on to the next drawer, and here I keep my foundations, primers, powders, and I think that's it. Yeah. And as you can see, it is overflowing. So yeah, again, in desperate need of some decluttering. In this container, I keep a few of my primers. So I am going to hold on to the Catrice one because I do really love that. Going to say goodbye to this one by Essence because I don't know, I never use it and it's not really my favorite, and I think my mom might actually really like this one. I have some fake blood in here that I bought to do Halloween tutorials, but honestly I don't think I will ever use this. So, and I've had this for a couple of years now, so again, someone might actually really enjoy this. This one by AOA Studio, didn't really like it, so yeah, going as well. Then I have these two by Miss Teen, which I do really enjoy, so I am going to hold on to these. This one by Laura Mercier, again, I don't really use because it's like tinted and it's way too dark for me, so yeah. And then this one by Essence I do really enjoy, so I am going to hold on to this one. Then in this little container I have more primers. This one by Kiko I'm going to get rid of because it's old. I am of course going to keep my Versali one. I do really enjoy this. Also really enjoy my The Ordinary one, so keeping this. This one by Primark is also really good. It's an oil-based primer and I love this. And then what else do I have in here? This is one by Catrice. So now I'm glad that my primers fit into this little container. I see a setting spray in here, which I do really like for the winter time because it's glowy. So I'm going to hold on to that. And then this one I have never used, and setting sprays always come in handy, so I am going to keep this one. my Fenty Beauty foundation. Of course, I'm going to keep it. It is one of my favorites. And then this one by Bare Minerals. It's like a CC cream, and I do really like this. It's almost gone, so I'm going to just use it up. And then I have two IT Cosmetics CC creams. I have two. This is a lighter shade and a darker shade because this is my favorite one. I also have the oil-free version, which is in my travel bag because I am getting ready to leave on vacation. But these are definitely staying. Alright, so then here in this container I have all of my foundations, which is absolutely ridiculous. I do love foundation. So this is going to be a little bit hard to get rid of, but I really have to. I already see this one, which I'm going to get rid of. I didn't like it. Oh, this is not to get rid of now. This one by Essence. I prefer, which one is it? This one, the Fresh and Fit. I think even that this one is discontinued, so I'm going to pass that one along. This one by L'Oreal. It used to be one of my favorites, but it's not anymore. This one by AOA. I can't really remember if I liked it or not, but honestly, I never use it, so that says enough. I have one by Bourjois in here, which is way too matte for me, so goodbye. This Nude Illusion foundation by Catrice. Again, I never use, but I should. So I'm going to keep this one. This one by CoverGirl is so freaking old, so I'm going to get rid of that. This BB cream by LA Girl. I used to really enjoy it, but again, it is way too dark and way too old. I have two of these Catrice foundations, and if I have to pick one, I prefer the Radiance one, so I'm going to pass this one along. This one I'm going to pass along as well. Not really my favorite, this one by L'Oreal, but I think all the rest I do really enjoy, so I'm going to put everything back. Yeah, that's the problem with these bottles, is that they cannot stand up in the container, so I have to put them here. Alright, and then moving on to the last category in this drawer, which is my setting powders. And again, it is ridiculous how many I have, but I do use a lot of powder. Alright, this is already one of my favorites, so I'm not going anywhere. Same with this one by RCMA. And RMS. I just got this and I do really enjoy it for underneath my eyes, so keeping that. This is a hard one. This one is by Etude House. Honestly, I have had this for years, never used it. I think this is not like sanitary anymore to use, or you see, I haven't even opened it, but I just got this for the packaging because it is so freaking adorable, but it is so bulky as well. I just cannot seem to get rid of it. It is just so freaking cute. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep it. It's so stupid. What else do we have in here? This one by Catrice, I'm going to get rid of. Never use it. This Glow Illusion one, I do really enjoy. My IT Cosmetics, absolutely love this one. Never going to get rid of it. This one by Physicians Formula, I do really enjoy for the summertime, so again, holding on to that. My Benite Luxury Powder, I bought this because everyone was talking about it, but honestly, this is way too dark and yellow for me, so I'm going to finally pass it along. The Stay All Day by Essence, never use it, so that says enough. This one by Bare Minerals, I should try it actually underneath my eyes. I'm going to try that. This one by Essence, I actually really enjoyed, so going to keep that. This one by PS, I don't remember if I liked it. I think I did. This is by Primark. I think I liked it. This one by Max & More is definitely way too dark, so getting rid of this. And this one by Milani, the powder foundation, again, used to be one of my favorites, but it's so freaking old. This is not sanitary to use anymore. This one by Catrice, I do really love. This one, did I use it? Yeah, and I didn't like it. That can go. And then I have this cushion foundation, which I've never used, so I definitely need to try this out very soon. And then lastly, we have the Photo Balm by The Balm in the shade Light, which in my opinion isn't very light. I don't even know if this matches my skin tone, but I am going to try it out because I cannot remember for the life of me. So now I'm going to put this back in. Alright, so I think we did pretty good on this drawer too. It's looking a lot more organized. It's not, I didn't really get rid of that much to be completely honest, but it's looking a lot better and that's making me very happy. Alright, so I think I'm going to keep on going and do one more drawer because, I don't know, I just feel like it. This is my eyeshadow palette drawer, and the reason I still want to do this one is because this will be a hard one for me, and I don't think I will get rid of a lot because I just collect eyeshadow palettes like no other, as you can see. So there are a few that I'm going to get rid of, but honestly not a lot. I'm just saying it in advance. So I'm just going to take everything out that I'm going to keep and just show you guys what I'm not going to keep. So I'm just going to fast forward this, I think. Alright, this one by Makeup Revolution is one that I am going to get rid of. It's just that I never reach for it and the quality isn't that great. It's not bad, but it's not super great. So that's one that I am going to get rid of. And I'm also going to get rid of this one by Makeup Forever just because the packaging is so freaking bulky. And again, I have so many eyeshadow palettes, I never reach for this one. This one by MUA I'm also going to get rid of because again, never use it. And also this one by Catrice because these shades aren't really up my alley. And I just thought that the quality wasn't that great, so this one can go as well. And then this one by Max and More I'm also going to get rid of. Okay, so here in the back I have my Morphe palettes, which I'm holding on to all of these. Then I have this big BH palette, which I do really enjoy. Then I have these single eyeshadows. This is a palette that I made myself, which mainly has Makeup Geek eyeshadows. This again holds a special place in my heart. And then I have these Violet Voss palettes, which I am also keeping because the quality of these is so good. Why were they sticking together? And then this is the Laura Lee palette, which again, as you can see, is well loved. So yeah, I only got rid of 5 eyeshadow palettes, which isn't that great, but for me is because again, I am obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. So now what I'm going to do is just reorganize them, and then we are done with this declutter for today. Alright, so this is what the drawer looks like now that I have rearranged everything. As you can see, it is just way too full, so realistically speaking, I need a second drawer, which I think I might be able to work out. But yeah, that is it for today's decluttering. We did 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers, and let me show you guys what we got rid of in total. Alright, so this is the entire bag filled with everything that I got rid of, and it is deep, let me tell you guys. So my friends and family will be so happy to go through this because it's a lot. Some of this I will have to throw away, and then some of this my friends and family will really enjoy. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you really liked it. I hope it inspired you to get rid of some makeup and go through your collection. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.